Hi there, welcome to the Peaceful Home. Today we are continuing the series on organizing with kids, and we are going to talk about the two boxes that every child needs. If you're new here, I am Teresaelling, and I talk about all things home and family on this channel. And I love to talk about kids, raising children, and I love to talk about organization. So this is marrying two of my favorite subjects. I'll link the playlist below for this series. It takes you through how to organize toddler toys, how to organize toys for older children. And today we're talking about the two boxes that every kid needs, and that is a special box and a keepsake box. Now the first one, a special box, is just a spot that they have in their rooms. It could be a box, a basket, a bin with a lid, a drawer, whatever, but it's their personal space. It's a spot where they can put things that are important to them, that they want to save, that they want to be able to pull out and play with, read, look at, whatever it is, but it's a space that's all their own. It's important with siblings that you really establish mutual respect and helping your kids to understand that nobody gets to go into anyone else's special box or basket. Now, our children always knew that there was nothing off limits to parents. So there was nothing that could be hidden from us. And when you establish that early, even helping my child go through their special box, they know that there isn't anything that we can't take a look at. And boy, that sets the stage for things like cell phones later on. One of the most common parenting questions I get is, what do I do if my child won't give me their password? And I'm not going to launch into that, but starting when they're young with the realization that you can have privacy, but no secrets is really important. The great thing about having a special box is that whenever a child is picking up their toys, their items, and there's something that either doesn't go in with the family toys or games, let's say it's a letter that their grandmother wrote to them and they want to keep it, it goes in the special box. Let's say that they got some really special marbles for their birthday and they don't want them to just be accessed by anyone in the family. They're not going in the family toy checkout system, but instead they're going to be put in their special box. That means they might from time to time play with a sibling with them or loan them out, but siblings would have to have permission first. This spot doesn't have to be labeled, but it can be really helpful. It's just a very distinguished area that any of their private things need to go. There is a place for them. So they're not going to be scattered all over the house because your kids don't know what to do with them. They will have a spot. If at any point you are deep cleaning or decluttering your child's bedroom, they can go through their special box and decide if there are things that they want to donate, things they want to throw away, and things that they want to keep. And as long as everything fits in the special box, great. If they truly need something larger, then go ahead and give them a bigger box. Now, they also might find that there are important papers, mementos, and things that they want to keep forever, but they don't need to be in the special box. They don't need to be available to be accessed on a daily basis. So then I would encourage that child to put those items in their keepsake box. Now, for a keepsake box, I suggest that you get a fairly large bin with a lid that's weatherproof, mice-proof if you live out in the country like we do, and that you keep it in a separate location like an attic or a garage or a storage area. At one point, I had 8 of these bins, one for each of my 6 children, each of them labeled, and one for my husband Kevin and one for me. Kevin and I eventually decluttered down to where we had one shared bin. But when our kids moved out of the house, they took their keepsake box with them. If you're interested, at the end of today's video, I'm going to show you how my daughter Joanna dropped by one day and I talked her into going through her keepsake box that I had just discovered in the barn. When we moved in, it was crazy because we remodeled our whole downstairs and a lot of stuff got shoved in the barn and then kind of got buried. And so I found her keepsake box just a couple of months ago and I filmed her going through it. So that'll kind of give you an idea of the types of things that you can put in a keepsake box and Joanna's reaction opening it about 10 years after the last time she saw it. So again, the keepsake box is a spot for things that your children really want to save, but they aren't things either that will fit in their special box, or the items aren't things that they need to look at or access regularly. There might be a favorite stuffed animal, even a favorite article of clothing that can go in the keepsake box. Your child doesn't have to be afraid of losing something that's really special to them. But it's amazing how over the years, usually about once a year, we would pull the keepsake boxes out. Our kids would add new things to them, but they would go through, and there would always be a couple things that they would decide to get rid of. And with the passing of time, some memories just aren't as significant, or we feel like, I have this memory, but I don't need to hang on to this item, particularly to remember it. Another good time to bring out the keepsake box is at the end of a school year. Sort through papers, artwork. I do have a video on organizing children's paperwork, and I will link that down below. But it's a great time to declutter for the year, put anything significant into keepsake boxes, and then the rest can go. The one thing that is very important about a keepsake box is that it must have a lid. Now that is because it becomes your boundary. It becomes a container with a lid. It's a contained space, and you can't leak out of that. So especially if you have a very sentimental child that wants to save everything, there's still limits. It has to fit in the box, and the lid has to be able to go on. If the lid can't go on, they've got to go through it and figure out what can go and keep the most important things. So that's it for today. The 2 boxes I believe every child needs, and along with these boxes, you are teaching skills for decluttering, for organizing, and for keeping their rooms tidy. The next video in this series will be about the one trick I used so that my children did not leave their stuff all around the house. If you haven't subscribed and you don't want to miss that video, hit the subscription button and the notification bell, and I hope to see you again soon. Make sure to stay if you want to see Joanna opening her keepsake box. Thanks so much for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. Have a great day. Wait, do you know how long it's been since you looked at this?
I think high school was the last time, and I'm almost 25, so probably 10 years.
Open away.
Certainly not since I've been pregnant and had kids. So that's why this is going to be fun.
Oh gosh.
My single life workshop
before you were married.
Before I was married.
Wow.
That'll definitely be a keep and go through.
Yeah.
Yearbook. Signed art that I drew for an anime convention. Okay, I knew that these would all be in here, and these are definitely going to be like, I will keep these for the rest of my life. These are the different playbills from the different plays that I have been in and seen. So this is Alice in Wonderland, the only play that I
did have the lead role.
Yeah, so Alice. I will definitely keep that. I mean, I don't know how I could not. This is my script from my very first play that I did when I was 12, Willy Wonka. That's exciting. And then all sorts of different plays that I either saw or was in. All right, this is my script with all of my highlighted lines from Alice in Wonderland.
Wow. That was so much to memorize. I remember just, goodness. That was a family affair because everyone kind of had to rally around you for that one.
This is my testimony book from my time in ministry school. This was my backpack. I bought this on my first ever missions trip to Mexico.
Okay.
I'm surprised that I like instantly remember what each thing is.
Yeah.
And I know why it's in here. It's very nostalgic. I was very excited to have one. Probably won't keep it though, because I don't need a very colorful backpack.
Stowed away in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my shirt from Willy Wonka. So I feel like I wouldn't need to keep the shirt because I have the playbill. And so
this is a really great example of the purpose of this is to remind you of that.
Yeah.
And so if you already have something, you don't necessarily need 2 things.
Yeah.
Unless you would actually wear this.
Yeah.
It's probably way too small.
I have no idea what this is. Do you?
Oh, it was a plate when you were little that you used all the time and you loved. But isn't that funny that you have no memory of it?
Nope.
So bam, donate it.
Yeah. Okay, I do. Oh, I remember this. It's so dead. I think you've sewed this many times. I don't know what I named him though, but my grandmother collected Beanie Babies, and there was a time where she was getting rid of them and let us all pick them, and this was my favorite. Yeah, baby blanket that I don't need. I have blankets for my babies.
No significance to you.
Yep. All right. This I'll definitely keep. Tournament of the Roses. My grandfather works for the Rose Parade in Pasadena. He's done work for them for as long as I can remember, and my birthday is in January, and so I had many, many times of going with them, and I mean, it's just the best.
Yeah, awesome memory.
Lay Midwives Moving Towards Mainstream.
And that was your midwife.
Okay. This would be, I'll definitely read this at least.
I want to look at that. That should probably be in my keepsake. That was before midwives were even licensed.
Yeah. Looks like a bunch of like welcoming baby cards for you guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know that any of these will have any value to me specifically. Other than people were excited that I was born, which is...
Of course.
There is a Baby Milestones book. Oh,
I was wondering what your birth weight was. Oh, you're so cute.
This is my birth announcement.
Uh-huh.
You set another place at the table to welcome Joanna Lynn, born at home, 7 pounds and 8 ounces, 21 inches long. And then there's a bunch of pictures.
Wow. What was the weight?
7 pounds, 8 ounces.
Oh.
That was a tiny little baby. Schedule at 1 week. Sleeping, nursed, awake, sleeping, nurse, awake, sleeping, nurse, awake, nurse, sleeping, nurse, sleeping, question mark? Reginald the Unicorn. I don't need this anymore, but it kind of makes me laugh. Like, it never won't make me smile. This is from my time as an Awana leader. Great time in my life. Still very good friends with my co-leader, Sam, but I don't need that.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh.
This was from my 10th birthday when myself and my good friend Nate went to Six Flags and rode Tatsu, which had just come out. And then we have some slippers that my sister got for me on her trip to Albania. And they still fit.
And they're very fashionable.
A dress my Nana made for me for my aunt's wedding.
Yeah.
I feel like Nana would just love it if Millie wore this one day.
Oh, we need to wash it.
Yeah, need to wash it, but I have a daughter and I would love to see her wear this. And what's hilarious is that I cut out the J in this gray zip-up hoodie that I had. Decided, that this was worth saving. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. Turtleneck that I got for one of my birthdays has roses on it. I'm pretty sure Grandma got it for me. Rose Parade. Ah. Oh. Another Nana gift. So sweet.
I love that it's in your box.
Yeah. I'm sure I have a few things that Nana made me in here because she was always so crafty. Yeah, another sweater. I think this actually went with that one. Would I be ridiculous to save this for Millie?
No.
Oh. See, I wish I would have gone through this before I had my daughter, because then I could have put her in some of these just for fun. I guess I was proud of this art at one point, but I'm not anymore. I also just realized I'm still wearing this. Okay. Okay. I wore this when I sung Think of Me.
Oh, yeah.
When I performed...
what's that play?
Fine Arts. I performed at the Fine Arts Festival of our homeschool group, and I sung Think of Me from the Phantom of the Opera at like 8 years old, wearing this dress. Yeah. What kind of human was I? I'm like, I'm going to sing opera, my talent show, and wear this dress. But I kind of love it. Oh, my Yosemite whistle. I got this when my grandparents took me to Yosemite. We rode on the big train.
Oh, the train.
It was the first time that my sister and I did a sleepover with my grandparents.
Like a weekend.
Yeah, it was like a full week. They took us everywhere. It was amazing. I would love to keep this. Oh my goodness, this one's so cute. I love that it's ribbed. Another little baby one. Too small for my baby. But maybe my next baby. Remember this blanket very well. I loved these blankets. So you could put your feet in it. So you wear it, you snug up, and then your feet go in the little pocket, and you're so comfy and snug. Oh my gosh.
I remember. I think I have a picture of you in that one.
These are old school.
Just a gown.
Oh my gosh. I think Mill would fit in this. Ah, Doyle Springs shirt. Maybe I do have something for Nehemiah.
Oh, yeah. Could wear that.
Yes. I remember this hat too.
Oh, yeah.
I had a thing for art.
That is cool.
So it's called My Raindrop Plate, age 8. Yeah, this one's actually really cute. Hello.
Oh, I made that one.
Oh, was this my quilt as a baby?
Yeah, I didn't realize that was in there too.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, just
it's so funny. I've actually been looking for a doll blanket for the kids' dolls, and they could totally use this one.
What sparked the best memory for you?
It's a tie between Reginald, the unicorn shirt, and Tatsu.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this was
Tatsu. That was when
my 10th birthday.
You and Nate went to Magic Mountain.
Yeah, Magic Mountain at 10. In the middle of winter, there was no one there. We went on a ton of rides. It was amazing. Yeah, so this is probably my, examine closer.
Yeah.
Go through with my husband and show him.
And then a pile that can be tossed or donated.
Yeah. Yeah, but I definitely want to start one of these for the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really fun.